Your cooking is awful. You're old now, retired, and jobless. Honestly, there's no reason for me to stay married to you anymore. I've been a great husband, but it's time we get divorced. Right away. No alimony, just a fair 50-50th split of everything we own, including your $200,000 in retirement savings. See how generous I am. When my retirement benefits finally came in, my husband Liam hit me with the idea of divorce. He said it was because I wasn't a good wife, but after decades of marriage, I knew the real reason. He had never cared about our family life. I glanced at Liam. He thought I'd be devastated by his sudden demand, but instead he looked pleased with himself. It was as if he was proud of how cruel he could be, like he had won some twisted game. His betrayal was truly disgusting. But I had no reason to panic. If this was the path he wanted, I could handle it calmly and make sure he faced the consequences. If we're divorcing, we need to sort out our finances, right? Fine. Let's get everything settled so you can get out of my life for good. Oh, but before that, I reached out and handed him something. It was my way of showing him the hell he brought upon himself. I'm just an ordinary woman, 60 years old this year. I recently retired after working my entire career. Back when I was young, it wasn't common for women to attend university, but I wanted to understand the world and enjoy my youth. So I decided to study economics. Through my studies, I learned how the world works and how it connects to everyday life. My dream had been to open my own restaurant, but in the end, I chose the security of a government job. Liam, my husband, was a classmate in college. Though we studied the same subject, we barely interacted at first. By junior year, we ended up in the same club, spending time together during events and working on our theses. Over time, we grew closer, but we didn't start dating until after graduation. I used to go out for drinks with Liam and other friends from university. We'd laugh, share stories, and complain about work. Out of everyone, Liam and I got along the best. Sometimes we'd meet up just the two of us for drinks. I didn't dislike him. In fact, I enjoyed his company a lot. Eventually, one thing led to another, and we naturally started dating. On weekends, we usually hung out at each other's houses, relaxing and enjoying lazy days. I'd cook simple meals, and we'd eat together, or we'd grab something from a fast food place. Occasionally, we'd treat ourselves to a nice restaurant. During summer and winter holidays, we made it a tradition to travel, either abroad or to different parts of the country. After 5 years of dating, we decided to get married. I was about to turn 30, and it felt like the right time. We both thought it was a good moment to start a family. 2 years into our marriage, our daughter, Lily, was born. Pregnancy and childbirth were completely new experiences for me, and I had so many worries. Liam, on the other hand, seemed pretty carefree about it all. It annoyed me, but I stayed quiet and dealt with it. During that time, my sister, Emily, was a big part of my life. After our parents passed away around the time I graduated from university, Emily and I became each other's main support. She had started working right after high school, and I was already employed, so we managed to get by financially. We both deeply loved our parents and leaned on each other during those tough times. Emily lived just a 10-minute walk from me. Anytime one of us needed help, the other was there immediately. She wasn't married and wasn't dating anyone, mostly because of her bad luck with men in the past. Her first boyfriend was a smooth-talking cheater who got her into financial trouble. He borrowed money in her name and spent it recklessly. Since then, she's been wary of relationships and avoided men altogether. When I told her I was pregnant and feeling overwhelmed, Emily understood completely. She came over every day to help with housework and check on me. Liam, being old-fashioned, refused to do chores. I was juggling a job, housework, and horrible morning sickness. I barely survived until I could take maternity leave. Thanks to Emily's help, I made it through and delivered Lily safely. Liam was there for the birth, and we shared that joyful moment. But after that, he didn't want anything to do with taking care of the baby. Instead, he started complaining. Dinner was late, the baby's crying was keeping him up, and he was constantly irritable. On those tough days, Emily stepped in again. After work, she'd come over to help with the house, and she adored Lily. Emily was also good at handling Liam when he was in a bad mood. "Oh, Liam, what are you even talking about? Just relax and have a drink," she'd say, turning the mood around. And somehow, thanks to her, I managed to keep everything together. Balancing housework and childcare was exhausting, but we held on to our tradition of traveling in the summer and winter. That became my motivation to push through the hard times. Thankfully, Lily grew up healthy. She worked hard and got into the university she dreamed of. She studied Spanish there and developed a love for traveling abroad. She wanted a career that would allow her to follow her passion and keep improving her skills after graduation. Lily eventually became a translator for a trading company. She handled complex documents and did her job so well that I couldn't help but feel proud. She was independent now, and as I approached retirement, I was looking forward to starting a new chapter in my life. I'd saved enough money and would be receiving a big sum from my retirement fund. With more free time ahead, I wanted to try new things. But during that time, I noticed something strange. Liam started coming home very late. Normally, he'd be home about an hour after work, but lately he wasn't walking through the door until 10 or 11 p.m. He was also eating out more often than usual. I've been getting better opportunities at work, so I've had to entertain clients, he explained one night. It's just a final push before I retire. His explanation didn't quite sit right with me. Why would the company give such a big responsibility to someone about to retire? Still, he seemed happy about it, so I didn't question him further. Instead, I brought it up with Emily when she visited. Liam's been coming home late a lot recently. He says he's taking clients out, but do you think he might be having an affair? He's turning 60 soon, and it just feels odd. Emily laughed it off. Come on, don't be ridiculous. He's probably just doing what he says, giving it one last effort before retirement. Besides, he doesn't exactly seem like he has the energy for an affair, does he? You'd know that better than anyone. I wanted to believe her. I tried to push my doubts aside and focus on the future I imagined for us. A peaceful life together, enjoying retirement and spending time like we used to. Then one day, I got a call from Lily. Mom, you like a good drink, right? I found this stylish bar recently. Want to go together? Of course, and it's my treat, so don't worry about anything. Wow, you sound so fancy. All right, I'll let you spoil me. Let's go. Her grown-up attitude warmed my heart. I hadn't spent much time with her lately, so I decided to take the chance. A few days later, we met up. The bar was exactly the kind of trendy spot Lily liked. Chic, cozy, and warm. It served craft beers, wines, and an impressive mix of dishes inspired by American and French cuisine. You always find such great places. Is this where all your money goes? I teased. She laughed. Not at all. I only come to places like this for special occasions, like tonight. It's not as pricey as it looks. We joked around and caught up, enjoying a rare mother-daughter outing. She told me she'd recently started dating someone from her company, a reliable, hard-working guy. Hearing her talk about her life and relationships made me emotional. I was so proud of how far she'd come. But that happy moment was shattered by what I saw next. When I went to the restroom, I noticed Liam sitting at the bar counter. Beside him was Emily. I froze, trying to make sense of it. Liam was supposed to be entertaining a client that night. What was he doing here with my sister? At first, I thought it might just be a coincidence, but then I noticed their body language. They were sitting far too close, like a couple. Liam had his arm around Emily's waist, and the look on his face reminded me of how he used to look at me when we were dating. A wave of nostalgia hit me, mixed with a painful tightness in my chest. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Even if Liam was drunk, what I saw felt like too much. Emily seemed happy, though. I was upset, but I managed to calm myself down and return to the table. Lily could tell something was off from the look on my face. Mom, what's wrong? Are you okay? I sighed, then told her everything I had seen. Well, I guess he's just tired of me. Emily's younger, prettier, and smarter. This is what happens when you've been together for almost 30 years. Lily's eyes went wide. Oh my God. He's been having an affair with her? That's crazy. Don't blame yourself, Mom. The problem isn't with the person being cheated on, it's the person who cheats. I'm here for you, and I won't let him get away with this. Let's make him regret it. Her words gave me the strength to face the truth, and I decided to confront Liam. Following her advice, I began secretly taking pictures of him and Emily together as proof. 3 months later, I officially retired. It was a mix of emotions, bittersweet because I had worked there for so many years, but also exciting because I was ready to start a new chapter. I spent my days doing housework and exploring the things I had always wanted to try. Liam, who was the same age as me, still had 6 months to go before retirement. "Hey, how much do you have in your retirement fund?" he asked me one day after I retired. $200,000. "Why do you ask?" "Oh, no reason. Just curious about how much I'll get when I retire in 6 months." I could tell he had something planned, but I acted like I didn't notice. Then 2 months later, Liam suddenly changed his attitude. "We're getting a divorce." "Excuse me? What's going on?" He sighed and said, "I've been thinking about it for a long time. Your cooking's terrible. It never tasted good. I used to think you were pretty, but now that you're older, you've gotten really haggard. Honestly, I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. And you lack empathy. That's a huge issue for a woman, don't you think? I don't know how I've put up with you for all this time. I've reached my limit, and I want a divorce." I wasn't surprised by his words. "Well, if you felt like this for so long, then I agree. Let's get a divorce. I can't be with someone who despises me." I agreed immediately, and he grinned like he had won something. "Thank you for all your hard work. Now let's talk about finances. I'm taking your retirement fund. It's shared property." "I see. Then I'll make sure to ask for alimony," I said calmly. "Don't pretend you don't know anything," he shot back. "I don't know what you're talking about," I replied. "Don't make this harder than it has to be. You still insist you don't know about this," he pressed. I placed the evidence, the photos of his affair, on the table. "This is from 2 months ago when you said you were out with clients, but you were actually with Emily. After I retired, I hired a private investigator to gather evidence. It turns out you were meeting her almost every day. No wonder she stopped coming around and stopped contacting me. From now on, I'll be staying with Lily until the divorce is finalized. You and Emily can live together now. I'm not coming back. Goodbye." I packed my bags and went straight to Lily's place. I explained everything to her, and she welcomed me warmly. "Looks like you got everything sorted out. Good job, Mom. Make yourself at home until you find your own place." "Thank you. I'll stay here for now. If your boyfriend comes over, just let me know, and I'll step out." I filed for divorce from Liam and also filed a civil claim against Emily with the lawyer I'd already spoken to. I asked him to make the alimony higher than usual for a mature divorce. Liam and Emily were shocked when they saw the amount and immediately called me in a panic. "Hey, you're awful. What is this amount?" I asked my lawyer, and he said it's fair. "There's no way to hide your affair, so please don't complain. Emily's with you, right? I don't know how long you two have been together, but I'm angry with her too. She was the only family I had left. You both better pay every penny. I'll leave the rest to my lawyer." "Wait, I already used your retirement money to buy the car. What am I supposed to do now?" "Why should I care? You bought it, so you pay for it. If you don't have the money, return it or get a loan yourself." I hung up on him after that. Then I reported the divorce to his boss, whom I knew well because he'd come over for dinner a few times. I didn't want Liam spreading lies about me at work. "I'm sorry to bother you, but I wanted to let you know that Liam and I are getting a divorce," I said. "What?" He never mentioned it. "What happened?" "He was having an affair with my sister. On top of that, he tried to take my retirement money. Can you believe it? This is serious. I'll report it to my superiors." After that, things didn't go as Liam expected. The divorce was finalized, but I was curious about what happened with the car. Still, I didn't have time to worry about it, so I let it go. A month after Liam retired, he showed up at Lily's house. Since her place was cozy and I couldn't find an apartment I liked, I was still living there. "I'm sorry, can we get back together? Paying alimony is hard, and I'm struggling to live a normal life," he said, looking desperate. He went on about how difficult things had been for him at work since the affair came to light. He felt embarrassed, and his retirement fund had been significantly reduced because of the evidence against him. Of course, he also had to give up on buying a car. He hadn't saved much money since he had been depending on me for everything, and his Social Security wasn't enough to live comfortably. When he had to pay a huge alimony, both he and Emily broke up. They struggled to pay the amount. Emily had been counting on my retirement money too and had bought things on credit. Now, with her debts piling up, she was in financial trouble. Liam was left alone, destined for a lonely second life. "You're just after my money, right?" Do you even realize you've been talking only about yourself since you got here? I don't care about you anymore. You cheated on me and tried to take my money. Karma caught up with you. Now leave, I said. Wait. I'm so sorry. You're right, he begged, getting on his knees. His apology looked fake, like something he was doing to get sympathy at work too. Lily finally spoke up after listening to all of this. Do you know how hard life was for Mom? She worked and took care of everything alone. You never helped her, and when she tried to talk to you, you got mad. I always thought you were awful, and now you're asking her to get back together just because you need money? How much lower can you go? I never want to see you again, you traitor. Hearing this from his own daughter was too much for him to handle. Now I'm completely free from Liam, and I'm enjoying a peaceful second life. I found the perfect apartment for myself, and I've been hosting home parties with my kids, friends, and coworkers. Thanks to my retirement fund and the alimony, most of my financial worries are gone, and I live comfortably without stressing about money. My relationship with Lily has gotten better. She recently introduced me to her boyfriend, and he's a great guy, just like I thought he would be. I trust him to take care of her. They even take me on trips when they have free time. Lily says she wants to make up for all the years I took care of her, and I know she just wants me to feel loved and supported. The only thing I hope for now is to see my grandchildren someday, but I'm willing to wait patiently. Now that I'm settled, I'm finally starting to follow my dream from when I was younger, running my own little cafe. My second life is just beginning.